And people are saying, we want action, Mr. President. But right now, we will participate in action, in conversations maybe later. But for now, Mr. President, yes. What's the action?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. William Ruto had called the media team for a roundtable discussion on matters that are affecting the nation. So of all the concerning issues, there's one concerning thing about the conversation. Of course, what the Gen Zs are talking about, that's the youths who are, they are demonstrating, is how do they get to have audience with William Ruto. The proposal that was dished out, is that Ruto should go to the Express and maybe have a one-on-one interaction with the youths. There are people who've come up trying to purport to be the leaders of youths, and we've seen them on the social media. And some have said that those are just part of those people who used to campaign for UDA. Now they are masquerading as leaders of these youths. So in this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, there is something that LATIF, this KTN anchor, asked William Ruto. So sensitive, this question. And he managed to tell William Ruto that the people, the Gen Zs, the youths, are not interested in the conversation that the bishops have been trying to, to make sure it happens. So I would like to take you to that statement that the question that LATIF posed to William Ruto and how William Ruto reacted, because that question appears to have caught William Ruto flat-footed. So before we get there, please like this video. So important if you like this video. And by the way, I am so grateful for everybody who's been liking our videos, and I don't take that for granted. Subscribe if you're not subscribed before. To existing subscribers, thank you so much for your support. Now, LATIF had to tell William Ruto that Kenya has been having conversations before.
This conversation is necessary so that we can stop it.
The latest conversation that Kenyans had was of the NADCO, team that brought about the NADCO report, which has never been implemented to date. In fact, word has it that that report has been put under the carpet. So that is why LATIF is telling William Ruto that Kenyans are not interested in that kind of conversation. The one that bishops have been going to State House trying to purport to be the ones who are going to engineer the conversation. No, Kenyans hawana haja na hiyo
conversation. Mr. President, on Thursday, we saw the head of public service release a press release saying that there is now a formation of the National Multi-Sectoral Forum that will bring together all people. And you started having conversation with church leaders. The Gen Z, upon seeing this, are saying, we did not ask for a conversation. We asked for action. So what action is going to precede this conversation? Because the conversation is another talk. It reminds people of the NADCO talks, the BBI talks, IPPG talks that just happen and they just don't end. And people are saying, we want action, Mr. President. But right now, we will participate in action, in conversations maybe later. But for now, Mr. President, yes. What's the action?
Kenyans want you to act. It is not talk. That's not what Kenyans want. I believe you must have followed the conversation. I took almost 1 hour, I think more than 1 hour, watching the conversation. And to me, honestly, I think there is no need for meeting with the youths. No, if the bishops, the matter of the bishops should just be forgotten completely, because bishops are the ones who are being blamed for fueling this kind of problem that Kenyans are faced with. So bishops should just be out of the equation. There is no need for multi-sectoral approach to the conversation. Already, the roundtable meeting has exposed everything to William Ruto. So what needs to be done is actions. That is why you find that LATIF is telling William Ruto, we've had IPPG, we've had NADCO, we had BBI, we've had so many reports, but the governments have always put these reports under the carpet. We even had Ndungu report, And what about the report of post-election violence? We've had so many reports. So that's why it is pointless to have another report come out of the conversation between the executive and multi-sectoral people. You know, the moment youths will pick someone to lead them, that will be the end of that conversation, because right now it is so difficult for the government, because the government doesn't know who to discuss with this issue. They don't know who to discuss with. In fact, they don't know who the leader is. That's why you find that there are numerous abductions here and there, trying to ascertain who could be the one behind all this. But they realize that there is no one behind this mayhem. That's why you find that Alfred Keter has also been arrested. Probably one of the reasons why is because of the utterances he made in Ugenya. Yes, that's it. But the biggest problem that the government is facing, I think that is why they had to pull out to reject the bill, the finance bill. The biggest problem that the government is facing is they don't know who to approach, and that is playing out to the advantage of Kenyans. Who do they approach? They don't know who to approach, because this thing has been done in unison. All counties have been complaining, all counties. You know, when I was following that interview, well, you know, some of the things I managed to point out from this discussion is that William Ruto was this time round cornered, despite the fact that he was trying to run away from most of these questions. But there is some for the first time, I was just looking at, I've been watching Ruto and in debates, you know, conversations of this type. It's not easy to pin him down, but this time round, naona kama tuliona a different version of William Ruto. I don't know if he is realizing now or is just trying to cover face ama nini. But the bottom line here is that LATIF asked William Ruto to be someone of action and not just talk. That is what I could understand from the whole thing. Actions and not talking. You know, if this is the case, because William Ruto is agreeing to go to the X space for that conversation to hear. But still, what we can say is that the message has already been delivered by the three gentlemen, Kaikai, Adeo, Joe, and LATIF. They have delivered the message to William Ruto in a manner in which every Kenyans have actually observed, or rather witnessed. Bishops in this whole thing should just wakae tu kando. Bishops wakae kando. They will just spoil the whole thing, because they have been branded as people who only go for envelopes. That is why you find that ever since there was a pronouncement that a multi-sectoral approach is supposed to be initiated, they are the only people who have been going to State House.
President William Ruto has met the third congregation of Christian leaders at State House Nairobi in his attempt to have them sway their flock towards dialogue.
The problems that we are going through, you and your generation, and these problems cannot be solved by destroying what we have.
We have not seen other groups go to State House. It's only the church leaders. And we addressed it in our previous analysis when we were talking about what Paul Njoroge talked about regarding the issue of the church leaders. Now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to wind up there. But what do you think about this call by LATIF, the KTN anchor, LATIF, to William Ruto to stop the talks and embark on action, because that is what the Gen Zs or the youths want. Now, perhaps if you're watching this video and not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.